Do you guys know where that is from? Put in the comments if you actually know where that is from. What movie is that from? All right, but welcome, 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 my Earth and Star friends. I am Cosmic Goddess Belief Star, and I am here to give you your energy update, your cosmic energy update. We have a really powerful month happening. So we are in the eclipse season. So let's just get right to it because we got the lunar eclipse that is going to be in Scorpio. We just had the solar eclipse that was in Aries, and you guys remember how excitable that energy was, right? It was almost like it brought this chaotic, vibe to what was going on in the world, and also in, just observing and perhaps even your own personal life, right? So now we're moving into this lunar eclipse into Scorpio, and eclipses are always important. They're always game changers. They're always helping us shift. And the fact that this lands on the 5-5 portal, which represents change. I mean, this is the big one. This is a big, big day. I'm a double Scorpio, so I can't even imagine what, for those of us who are the water signs, are going to really feel this energy really intensely. Yeah, we're going to have to definitely breathe and ground through this and take all our tools, use all our tools to move through this one like gentle waves in the ocean, right? Not turbulent waves. So this is going to be my intention for this lunar eclipse in Scorpio, with ease and grace, like on a beautiful, peaceful evening in the ocean water, right? So there we go. Okay, so now you guys remember I have mentioned that we feel this energy for 6 months, right? So we have to look back at the last lunar eclipse and solar eclipse that we had, and that fell in October 25th of 2022, and also in November. So the one in October was in Scorpio. So that's really interesting. So we're now experiencing that again, and Scorpio energy is intense, right? So I'll go into that in another second. But then we also had the full moon, and that one was in Taurus energy. So you have to remember, if you can recall, when I was talking about the last 3 months of the year, just go back into your memory banks for a moment and just remember that was a ride. That was definitely a major ride we were going on, because if you remember, I was saying a lot of karmic relationships were being reevaluated, and some of them being obviously ending, because we were nearing the year-end cleanup, the whole energetic cleanup, or that whole life review I always talk about in October, November, December months. So the last 3 months of the year are always alone pretty intense, and then you add the lunar and solar eclipse to it, or the solar lunar eclipse in that order. It adds fire, it adds power to all of this. It's like a booster. So we have to think about what we were going through, if we can remember. I mean, time is just happening so fast. Retaining these memories are a little bit more difficult, but just try to remember where you were in October and November and what you were moving through, because that's really going to impact this lunar eclipse that we had, the solar, and now the lunar eclipse that we had. So and that's going to be with us for the next 6 months. We're going to be working with these major influences of this lunar and solar eclipse cycle. Okay, so it's really solar, because solar is under the new moon and lunar is under the full moon. So we have to mention that to understand. It's always interesting too to watch and follow the Schumann resonance and the solar flares, and even what's happening with the weather and the weather patterns during these major astrological effects, and also what is going on in the world, just to, how when people say there's always more accidents under full moons and such, right? So just paying attention, because now this is under the lunar eclipse, so just pay attention to see what's going on around you. But it represents completion, right? So the new moon, we start our intentions of what we want to get rid of, or what we want to move through, and what we want to be mindful of. And then we have, of course, the full moon, full circle, right? You got a full moon illuminated, we coming full circle. So that is where it represents this completion cycle for that month, okay? It, of course, can be more obviously intense because it's under an eclipse, so just bear that in mind. But these are great times of change, and these energies bring about these great changes, right? And the fact that it's on the 5-5 portal, 5 is a number of change, so you have that amplified. So that's going to be even more insight, more understanding, more self-evaluations, right? Self-responsibility, taking ownership, making these dramatic changes within that, of course, are going to greatly affect everything in your life. So this is a really powerful energy to work with. And of course it's all serving, because it's going to help you expand, but it can be a little uncomfortable as well, because you're going to be going through this reshaping, this remolding as you're moving through this change, okay? Now with the Scorpio energy, there's a lot with the Scorpio energy, because Scorpions, they're very deep. I'm a double Scorpio. Like, we really go deep. We can go deep into the subconscious. So you can tap into those frequencies to really tap into your subconscious and to see, the deeper aspects. This is also going to be about really looking at the shadows, the shadow self. I think about the eclipse, right? We have a shadow energy. So if you can remember, with the Palladian energy, with the solar eclipse, I was talking about this integration process. And part of that integration process is looking at the disowned aspects of yourself and starting to be able to see with clarity these parts of you that you have not integrated into your field. Okay, mind, body, and spirit. So these are all of the shadows that maybe, the lower aspects of your ego, and those aspects that can come up and wreak havoc in your life. The lower parts of the mind, the lower parts of the bodies, the lower aspects of the ego, right? And the shadows, how you feel about yourself and what you don't want others to know about yourself, but you keep tucked away in those shadows. So this is a great time, and it's being influenced by all of these energies to really bring this stuff up, because you got that 5-5 portal popping through, because that's the number of change. And 5-5 to me has been about seeing, right? So pay attention to what you're seeing. And that's Scorpios. Scorpios, where we want to see everything. We want to know everything. We want to know all secrets, not, going down into the deep, dark depths to reveal these truths. So that's diving deep into the subconscious mind, deep into all of those, murky little layers that most people don't want to travel in. The Scorpio energy is going to help you do that. And what that does, it reveals these truths. It reveals these layers for you to have more clarity and understanding. We don't want to live in this energy anymore. It is old. It is old energy that is not serving mankind anymore, where we're not addressing these really big core issues that lie within us. It will create disharmony. That's just how it goes. So this really taking this mindful awareness with the Scorpio energy to understand that these secrecies are going to be revealed. And I know Uranus is popping in with this energy big time, and the Uranus energy is all about surprise. Like, surprise, hello, wow, I didn't see that one coming, wow, I never thought that would happen, wow, I never thought I would react this way, or I would feel this way, or I would see somebody saying something. So it is the element of surprise. So just bear that one in mind too. So okay, so getting great insights with this. Now, the lunar eclipse is a major emotional energy, so those deep issues that I was talking about coming up from those layers. Remember, we started working with this energy with the solar eclipse. This is why that day was so powerful, and we worked with the Palladian energy. Still, I'm hearing incredible things about the people's reshaping of their energy field, because we worked with the energy of the seven sisters and working with aligning the chakras with the frequency of the Palladian system, and went into the 7 layers of the etheric body to really help shift a lot of frequencies, which was needed. And for those who participated in that, they're going to greatly benefit more so with this eclipse, because they've already been prepped. So it's kind of like we already started moving a lot of frequencies out for now, for their body to receive this influx of these light codes. So if you want to still purchase the solar eclipse with the Palladian, please reach out to me. I'll send that over to you as soon as possible, so you can integrate and be ready for this lunar eclipse in Scorpio. Don't run from what is going to be brought up, because it's being brought up for a reason. The Scorpio energy does not play around. I'm a double Scorpio. We don't do things, you know, half-ass. We're full throttle type people. So it's a very action energy. So don't run from what is being shown to you, because you might just want to. But hunker down, do the work, put your big boy boxer briefs and girl panties on, and do the work, you know, and see. You're going to have to move through it. Always go through it with your higher self, not the lower self, okay? So this is really, really important. The more you do this and the more you move through this and not run from this, the more it's going to empower you, okay? So that's what we really want to accomplish here. Now, the next thing I want to just talk about, because I'm going to be doing another activation with the 5-5 portal. From what I have been getting from my downloads already, we are going to be working with the Andromedan energy and the Andromedan dragon frequencies. Now, I had mentioned, for those who had participated in the Palladian energy, the Palladian frequency is under the Andromedan energy. And the Andromedan energy is a really powerful, it's a whole other level of consciousness. So the fact that it's coming in on the lunar eclipse with the Scorpio energy, and it's all on the 5-5 portal, which is about change, it is going to really help shift your consciousness to a very high vibrational place. Okay, so the Andromedans are all about change. Hello, this is the 5-5, the number of change. Now, when it started coming in, I was talking about this with the Palladian energy, that the Andromedan is a spiral galaxy, right? And actually our Milky Way is heading in towards that, and eventually will merge with that, you know. So that right there is something to be said. Just saying. But it's a spiral, right? And we all know the significance of the spiral and how we are part of that spiral. So it's like us moving back into that state of that consciousness, that spiraling consciousness, which is the all consciousness, right? So this is part of that. So just look at it from that perspective. This is the stuff that keeps me up at night. How I start thinking about all of these things, and how everything starts to flow into other, and the progression of mankind and the evolution of mankind, and you know, consciousness and all of that, and the evolution of consciousness. So Yeah, so really beautiful. So we're going to be working with the Andromeda frequency, which is all about anchoring in this change. I worked with them personally after I had my implants removed, and it was about this freedom being, they're all about freedom and limitless, being just untapped in just pure limitless energy, and being able to move through these rapid changing times through ease and grace. Okay, so that is because we're going to really work with anchoring your body, and that's what was happening to me prior to and during COVID. We were all being activated to this very grounded energy. So when shit hit the fan basically in the world, we were able to really be this anchor of this very grounded energy. That's been my understanding of it through my own initiations prior to the years leading up to the pandemic. And of course, what I went through myself personally with, having, that surgery. And it was like all parts of myself coming back together, all fragments, because like I said, the consciousness of Andromeda is oneness, and we fragment our parts of ourself, right? So it's about bringing everything back together, and that comes back to even the Palladian energy with the solar eclipse of the 7. Remember I said in my soul plan, in the soul plan readings that I do, the 7-7 energy represents integration. So yeah, I know I've been on for a little bit here for 16 minutes. Hopefully you were able to listen to all of this, because this is really good information for you to understand what you're going to be moving through with this major eclipse on the 5-5 portal. And if you are interested in joining us for this activation, reach out to me. It's $28, which means one door is closing, another one is opening, which is perfect for the 5-5 portal. Let me know. I haven't put up the event yet, but it will be coming out today. And of course, if you want the the Palladian one, the pre or solar eclipse energy, to work with that one first, get attuned with that, and then do this one, let me know as well. I will send that to you. That's also $28. But if you didn't do that and you still wanted to participate in this, that's okay too. It's just the option of having that integrated before this would only aid in what we're going to be doing on the 5-5 portal. All right, my friends, so have a beautiful and blessed day, and namaste.